Okay, so today is Spiritual Sunday, and I got dressed up. One thing I will say is that um, doing videos has given me kind of like this purpose, and I feel like so I actually volunteering is like a big thing for me. Like I used to volunteer growing up when I was living in Miami, and I don't know, it just always felt nice to like be able to help people. And yes, I understand, like, and just to claim I don't, this is a very, very new thing that I'm doing. I never ever planned on doing YouTube in my life ever. I was more of a consumer of it than a doer. But I've been wanting to do, like volunteering. I actually applied, there was a job, not a job, but a volunteer, like unpaid position to do like mental health support, on LinkedIn, and they did not call me back. I'm like, I don't know if it's my resume or excuse me. My dog just pushed the pillow. Excuse me, what are you doing? Are you gonna sit behind me? What are you doing? You're gonna sit behind me? She's never done this before. I don't know what she's doing. She's licking my back probably. I have a feeling she's licking my back. So this is an emotional support dog. Unless she's smelling my romper. It is a new romper. Did you want to be in the video? Is that what you want? Okay, it's up to you. We're just doing a reading, Becker. That's all we're doing. Okay? You want to join the video? What? Are you gonna put your paw on my arm? Sometimes she likes to get her paw and that's a big yawn. She puts her paw on my arm. What are you doing? Are you photobombing the video? What are you doing, silly? You have these eyelash things that are bigger. I never noticed she has these eyelashes that are like bigger. Are you gonna give me your hand? Your paw? I call her paw her hand. Even though I treat her like she's a child, like a fur child. She did eat her food today. She ate her breakfast, or I guess her late lunch. I don't know. What do you want to do, Giver? I think she wants to sit. Okay, yeah, she's gonna sit. Okay, I guess she's never done this before. She never like sat. She's giving me like the side eye. I am sitting Indian style. I might go like this. Um, so today is Spiritual Sunday. So I have a few decks that are out. I know some people when they do like oracle card readings, they're very specific, and I do watch those readings. Like there's some people who are like legit criminal like investigators, and they have like these whole storylines going on, and it's fascinating to me, like that they can pick up on this energy. I feel like I should be playing music for her. I'm very big on playing like doggy music for my dog because if I like music to go to sleep, I feel like she'll like music to go to sleep, right? Yeah. She is feeling better though. I'm really happy about that. She actually jumped up on the couch and she jumped up on the bed. Like she never ever was able to do this. Oh, she's doing she does this thing where she scratches into like, wait, but don't push this too much. She's smelling into okay, yes, okay, dokie. Siéntate, por favor. Thank you. I say porfa. Siéntate, por favor. Okay, here we go. What are you doing? Okay. Zen. Let's think. I wanted to do a general collective reading. I might break it up into two parts. It might be a Spiritual Sunday two for one special. I'll put Bonnie in the picture frame, so right? Happy dog. She's a sleepy dog right now. Um, but I think I was gonna do a general reading, like collective energy. The last reading I did was like super specific. So like some woman that I don't know. I don't know of Rebecca. And the name Rebecca came to me and it just was this whole storyline about like a marriage and yeah, pent up angst, sexual angst. And I was like, I don't know, maybe someone, I don't know. I don't know. Yo no sé. Pero, I'm going to, um, I think I want to do a general reading and then, like a actual, like a career reading, just because so this is the Angels of Abundance deck. Maybe we'll start with, no, we're going to start with the general one. And then this is the Angel Therapy deck. So kind of like it talks about kind of purpose, motivation, career. This one is what you can do to manifest more money. It's so funny because like I'm so not like I grew up in a very like a upper middle class neighborhood, like back home, and I never money was never something I had to worry about, and all of a sudden now I'm in this like weird pit of uncertainty, and I'm like maybe I need to change my energy and mindset towards money because legitimately, in my opinion, because people kill people for money, like legit, like so. Um, the way I see it is like money to me is the root of all evil. Like people in jobs, they get cutthroat over promotions, dirty business deals, stuff like that. Like money to me is like, oh, even though like I know we need it, and it's interesting because like way back, like in feudal, like medieval times, we bartered stuff like goats and chickens and fruit and blueberries and coconuts. I don't know, I'm thinking like Monty Python era kind of, like when people married for like for dowry and like it was a transactional thing, that kind of era. So um but yeah, we don't do that. Money is a necessity, and I'm trying to figure out how to get in the energy of that, because there's like legitimately people who do like law of attraction and manifestation, and they're like, I am abundant, I am. So I used to do this really funny thing, not to make fun of people, and it's funny because I used to do affirmations, but when I was growing up I used to be like, I used to make a joke. So my brother used to nickname me Birdie. I don't know why, but he did. So I used to make a joke like whenever I used to see people meditating or like doing affirmations, I used to be like, I am I am a birdie. I eat birdie seeds. I don't know. It was silly. But yeah, just a fun little side note. But I don't I need to like I think I don't know. I'm not like money hungry. I like books. I like knowledge, education, the arts. I'm really big on the arts, dance, yoga, dogs, cats, birds, horses. Like, I don't know. That's more my thing. And I know there's people that are like really good at like making money. Like, you see people who go on LinkedIn and they're just like everywhere. They're like networking, they're this and that. And I'm like, do I need to do this? I feel like I'm like the person that needs to be behind the scenes. Like, I like to support people. I'm the supporter, not like the mastermind boss. Like I think there's a certain energy that comes with like being like a boss, like a like an abundant like motherfucker kind of. I know it's funny. I'm dressed so like dainty, and I'm like motherfucker. But this is actually from Stitch Fix. It's my new romper from Stitch Fix, and it's so comfy. I didn't shave my legs though, so I'm not going to show that part. So, but yeah, it is actually a really comfy outfit. Shout out to Stitch Fix for that. Thank goodness for Stitch Fix, because I don't know what I would do for shopping, because there's literally no shopping in this town except for TJ Maxx. There's a TJ Maxx, there's Hannaford's, there's a Walmart, which I don't even know there's a Walmart nearby. There's Burger King, McDonald's. There's like a store called like Aaron's Superstore. Oh, there's a store called Maurice's. I actually by accident they gave me my neighbor's mail one day, and I didn't know about this store until I got a letter from like it was for them. I put it in their mailbox because it wasn't mine, but it said Maurice's, and I'm like, who the heck is Maurice? I know from there's a Maurice in Beauty and the Beast, but I'm like, that's not has nothing to do with it, with the situation. So, anyways, I'm gonna backtrack, but I figured I would do like I feel like you know what this is calling out to me. It's sitting right in front of me. We're gonna switch it. I'm gonna do a career abundance reading, because maybe you're someone that you're looking to manifest more money. I don't know. Maybe you want to start a business. Um, I side note, I don't know. I don't. I don't know. I've heard about like LLCs doing business as. I've tried to do research on this. I just don't know how. Like, and it's funny because I have experience in doing like marketing or like phone sales and hospitality and customer service, but I don't know. Like, starting a business is like, it would be hard, but I'd be up for the task. I've always kind of been someone that I've wanted to have my own thing. And you see the people like on Etsy that like they've made their shops like into big things. Like there's this lady I want to get this ring from that's like not like for it's like for protective purposes. Like basically it has turquoise in it, and turquoise is known. I think the Aztecs and the Mayans used turquoise. They also like Egyptians wore copper, but like I've always wanted to wear turquoise because it's like a protective stone. So again, maybe you're not into woo woo, like, floofy, new agey stuff, but also it's really pretty. And anyway, so she has like a super, it's 444. It's 444. That's a good sign. 444 means is an angel number, which is like guardian angels and stuff like that. So, anyhow, going back to what I was saying, Etsy is, there's like this lady who has this shop, and then there's this other lady that's a mom that she does like sweatshirts for like different things, and like they're super cute. And I'm like, how do these people start their business? I mean, when you think about it, so like a good example, just a little side story. I'm sorry, my arms. I think I'm double jointed because I go like this and like, I don't know. I always wonder. I think I'm double jointed. Anyways, I'm gonna try to not do that because it looks kind of creepy and weird. Um, side story time. There was a lady called Misha's. She owns this cupcake brand called Misha's Cupcakes. She started off, from what I understand, selling cupcakes. Like she started in her home, and then she started to sell cupcakes to other people in like the vicinity in the Miami community. She went to FIU. She got her bachelor's at FIU, I think, and maybe her master's at FIU in like business administration. Um, but she literally started. So I remember when she was like just getting started. She had a kiosk in Dadeland Mall. These were, I mean, like I love cupcakes. That's why I called it Coffee and Cuppies. If there was a cupcake store nearby, I would probably be there like all the time. But alas, there is not a cupcake store. Do your research before you move somewhere. Don't do what I did and just be like, I need to go to a small town to get away from life, and then you end up here, and then you have no car, and you have to walk everywhere, and then it rains, and then you have neighbors who I think you're weird and a pariah because you're from Florida, and you listen to bachata Latin music and Kendrick Lamar, and they're like, what the fuck, So, anyways, some people are nice, but some of them I think I get like I don't, I'm just different. I don't, yeah. So, anyways, I'm not gonna get too much into that, but so Misha's, I don't know her last name. She has some really cute kids, with like beautiful. They're probably older now, but when she first started, they had like reddish orange hair. They basically look like Merida from the movie Brave. Her daughter did. And I would buy, so she started, like I said, she started off like at a kiosk at a mall, and I would buy the cupcakes all the time when we used to go to Dayland Mall. And then slowly she grew from that and became like, she became more well known. Then she finally got a shop. So she basically sold to different shops. She had her little case of, cupcakes, and she sold them to this like bookstore called Books and Books in Coral Gables. I think she sold them at Barnes and Noble. She sold them at various places in Miami and Coral Gables. And then before you know it, she had her own store, and then she franchised, and she made other stores in like Kendall and Doral, like all these different places. So people, you have to have a good product. You have to have the demand, right? There's supply and demand. I took one class in macroeconomics. I don't remember much except GDP, which is gross domestic product, and that's it. And this like curve, like this graph. That's all I remember. Again, because I'm not a mathematician. I like English and literature and psychology. Um, so what was I saying? Um, yeah, so I think it's possible if you're someone who wants to start your own business. I think it's possible. I don't really know the steps of it. You'd kind of have to Google it. I do recommend, if you have a friend or like a financial advisor or something, to do that, because I think the more support and guidance you have, the better. I'm very resourceful as a person. Like if there's something I don't know, like I will be so diligent to like seek out the resources for it. So if you're like me and you're resourceful, yay. So anyhow, I'm gonna start off. I want to pull. So this is I forgot when I got this, but this is called the Earth Blessings Oracle deck. It has a really pretty like tree, and it has like this kind of shiny golden font on the front. Is that called holographic? I don't know what the proper term. And then you have the Angels of Abundance Oracle deck, and then you have Doreen Virtue, Angel Therapy. And then maybe, what I'll do? I'll do a collective general overview message with this deck, the Energy Spirit Oracle deck. And then this one, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do this one. I'm kind of like iffy. This is a fun one. This is like a very millennial. I mean, look at her nails. She has like, very millennial type of deck. Again, not tarot. Sorry, my arm is like. Again, not tarot. This is oracle cards. So let's begin. While my dog sleeps like this on the side, she has decided to not be in the video anymore, which is fine. I will make peace with that. I do. So one thing I will say is, one of my pet peeves is like when I would watch oracle card readings and stuff, I'd want them to shuffle on camera because I'm like, what if they just chose that cards and they're just like making stuff out of thin air? I won't do that. I will say I am a novice, kind of like this is the third video I've recorded of me pulling cards. It was kind of like a hobby, I guess. Before that, I just liked watching oracle card videos, and now I'm like, I think I want to actually like do it. And I'm like, maybe instead of listening to other people, I'm going to listen to my own guidance. So yeah, 2 seconds. So I may need a band-aid really quickly because I have these like dry cuticles and then they just bother me. So before I do anything, I need to grab a band-aid, and then I will go ahead and come back. I don't know if my voice can be heard while I'm doing this. Maybe my dog will get in the video. Who knows? Yo no sé. Pero right now in St. Albans, it is kind of a rainy, drizzly day. They were gonna have this maple festival, like maple run or something festival, and they were gonna have a parade, and there was gonna be food trucks and all this fun stuff. I did not end up going. It was supposed to be like a date. I was gonna do something, and then I decided after kind of pulling cards about someone, I was like, nope, wouldn't be a good fit. So I refrained, and now I'm doing my video that I'm going to record. I'm sorry, I'm cutting my cuticle on my hangnail. Maybe that's TMI, but this is the life. This is the inside behind the scenes scoop of being a 33-year-old female. You get dry skin, and I don't know if other people get dry skin. I get dry skin, and like it's frustrating. So that's done. It's a hydrocolloid band-aid. Anyways, so let's begin. I know some people they have like a ding. You know, I do have a Tibetan singing bowl I used to use for kids yoga, but I'm gonna keep it over there. I know some people go Jesus, Father, white light, like they have this whole spiel. I'm just like, I'm so like not like I'm spiritual, but I'm so like, is it like a rebel, like a different kind of spiritual? I don't know, like the millennial spiritual. I don't know. Anyways, I'm just gonna start. I'm sorry, I don't need to like go off on a tangent. That's my neurospicy brain talking. So yeah, let's start with this one, the Earth Blessings Oracle cards. I don't know what's gonna come out. This is a beautiful deck though. I haven't used this in ages. I think I got this when I was living in Virginia. All the cards, so they correlate to a specific season. I'm going to pull the cards first for each deck, and then I'm going to put them face down. So just to get an idea, it looks like this. There's like leaves. Some of them look like snow, springtime. And then you have, like, for instance, on the back here, trust. Like, there's different words. There's embrace. So I just think it's a really pretty deck, and I haven't used it in a while. So we'll see. Again, this is going to be a kind of like a career-focused reading. I feel like for me, I feel like it's necessary, and also maybe so because I like to think we all kind of, since we coexist on this planet together, we all kind of like have maybe some shared experiences. Maybe with the way that they're demonstrated is different, but for the most part, I think we all have like common shared experiences and like, you know, certain things. So maybe my experience can translate to someone else. Maybe who knows? Maybe you just recently quit a job that you've had for years, and you know, or you left a specific organization or group, and you're kind of like, I don't know if they give you like severance or they give you like a certain amount of I don't think some, maybe some people do that, but some companies, I think they'll just, you know, you give your 2 weeks and that's it. But maybe you've like recently decided, you're like, hey, I want to leave this organization, it doesn't feel like a right fit for me, and you now you are navigating the sea of uncertainty like me. So on the back, this is a cool card. This looks pretty wicked, but like cool. It's a wicked cool. That's what people in Boston say, right? Like, that's wicked cool. Anyways, so I'm sorry. It just looks really cool. It says resourceful, and there's like a thunder cloud with like you know, it looks purple on the top, and then there's like a lightning bolt coming down, and I don't know, it looks cool. So I'm going to pull from this deck, and then I'm going to pull from the Angels of Abundance deck by Doreen Virtue, because why not? I don't know if Doreen Virtue is doing anything anymore. I used to watch her videos all the time, and then I kind of stopped. I think she went like MIA. She's like okay, if you want to see a super like let's say you're someone that's super conservative and you're like cards, oracle cards, she's such a witch. Oh my God. If you think I'm whatever, go look up, not to like put her down, look up Doreen Virtue. The woman has like, she lives with a bunch of animals. She wears like druid like robes, basically like legit like robes that you see from like Celtic like robes that you see in medieval times. She sometimes wears like very flowy skirts and stuff. She's legit spirit, like embodies like all the whole stereotypical spiritual stuff. I'm like literally like, you know, it's like a artsy fartsy. It's like as if an artsy fartsy, pediatric loving, kid friendly woman decided to pick up a hobby of oracle cards. That's literally like the extent of me. I don't have mala beads. I don't have like, I used to have incense, but they're very potent because when the smoke goes, it's like, it's very pungent, and I don't think it's good for her. Like if dogs inhale that stuff. I used to be really into aromatherapy, like essential oils. Now I just kind of like, I like candles just because the smell. And I lived it. Like I don't need to sometimes do the things for spirituality. I just live it. Like I embody the values of Christ and like that kind of stuff. So yeah. So this is that deck. It has a picture and then it has text underneath. It has like a little blurb. And then we'll do the Angel Therapy Oracle cards. I do believe, so I take a more, when it comes to career, I take, just like with medicine or healthcare, I take a biopsychosocial approach, which basically that means that like, I take a holistic macro view, because when you think about it, you know, just like with energy and stuff, it all kind of coincides and meshes together. Like your career, it depends on your mood, like how proactive you are. Are you seeking opportunities? Like you could have $0 in your bank account, but if you have a positive attitude and you're a go-getter and you don't give up, I think the world is your clam or your oyster or whatever kind of seafood, shellfish, crustacean you prefer, or scallop. I don't know. I do like scallops. Scallops are really good if you cook them the right way. But yes, you want to have the can-do attitude, not the I can't attitude. I would say can don't. So let's do oh, look, the word in the back of the booklet, wealth. So I must have picked the right deck. It literally says wealth in the back. There's a keyword. So let's name this like abundance reading, wealth, blessings, right? Blessings for everybody. That would be nice. Like, would be like my wish for the world, which is, I know that's like more like heaven on earth. I wish everyone had just enough. Like, I wish, because people get into wars and they fight people over money. They kill people over money, right? It's like, I wish people, I don't want to cry because I get really passionate about it. I wish people, like everyone had enough, you know, like people that are homeless, they would rehabilitate them or like ask them, like give them career, vocational advice, like, you know, clean them up. How many people that are homeless that probably look like $1,000,000, you know, like really if you clean them up and they probably look amazing. It really makes you wonder. Oh, sun popped out already. Okay. Okie dokie, Smokey. Those two came out. And I guess the bottom is going to stay like that. It's a pretty star. But yeah, that's kind of my wish. I wish people could have enough, because people wouldn't fight each other and people wouldn't be so angry all the time if like everyone just had enough to get by, you know? Like they didn't have to worry about certain things and, you know, I don't know. That's just me. I'm weird. So it's like you would think I'd be like, yes, I want a yacht and I want a golden toilet. No, I don't give a shit about that stuff. I do care. I do like my clothes. I do like looking, and it's funny because I don't even go anywhere. But like lately, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna dress up and I'm gonna wear my cute dress or whatever because it makes me feel good. I don't dress to impress. I will say that. I'm not someone who dresses to impress, to be like, oh, she looks cute today. Oh, whatever. No, I dress for me. It sounds a little selfish. There's a song that actually, what is it, by Taylor Swift. I don't dress for women. I don't dress for men. Oh, she says, lately I've been dressing for revenge. No, I was thinking, no, no, that's not it. I don't dress for revenge. I dress because it makes me feel good. I'm not going to ever dress to like make other people feel happy. And mind you, I really don't see anyone. I stay inside this house or cottage most of the time. I don't want to take that one. I didn't feel it. I'm going to concentrate because my shuffle skills are not on point. I will say that. Okay. I feel like we should take one more. Oh, that one flew out. Oh, that one came out before when I was doing the example. Interesting. I do that now though. I declutter. Okay, I'm gonna get to it in a second. I'm just like, ooh, I'm like, this is so exciting. I love it when like messages come out and I'm like, thank you, God. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. Wherever you are, the ethers. Okay. I don't know if I want to take that one. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. This is I'm pulling from the Angels of Abundance Oracle card deck. Okay, there we go. Oh, fancy. Ooh, okay, let's do one more. Oh, that was a lot. Okay. I don't know about that one. Okay. Okay. This is interesting. That's a interesting little hodgepodge. This came out again. Okay, we're gonna take it, I guess. I don't really believe in fairies, but okay, sure. Why not? Crown chakra. Okay. There's like a lot going on here right now. How am I gonna get through all this? I don't know. I don't want to have a super long reading. I'm getting stressed now because this is gonna be a lot of like, it's a lot of good stuff. There's good stuff in here. There's something that came out that I was kind of like, I don't know. Like the first part of it came out. Maybe, you know what, I'm gonna take it just in case because maybe someone else is watching if they watch this reading and they're like, oh, this makes sense. Okay. The first part of it. The second part kind of makes sense. Like I feel like that resonates more. And then I'm gonna take a card from the, there's my little pocket over here. Da, 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 da. And then we're gonna do this energy whatever deck over here. Oh my god, I'm gonna burp. I'm sorry. I get really bad like there's I'm sensitive to different foods. There's a card in here that actually says about that. Um, like certain foods affect me, like and like it's like the acidity comes up and it like burns my esophagus. And it's frustrating. Um, so let's see. Energy and Spirit Oracle deck. Oh, okay. I'm gonna take that one. Anything else we need to know for career reading and everything in between and good energy? I don't know, that was kind of funky. I might have to read the booklet for that one. That's interesting because fairies came out right away. I'm gonna keep going. I might need to because there's some. I'm like, what are you? What's the? Oh, oh, interesting. Okay, okay. We're just gonna. I don't know. This is like it's interesting. There's a lot going on here. I'm gonna try to make this easy peasy lemon squeezy. Um, let's start over here. This is pretty straightforward. Alchemy on the bottom. So it looks like a crop, like a wheat thing on the bottom. It says, "Oh, these are called poppy flowers. These are so pretty. I love these." Sorry, I have really bad like thought patterns. I just woo. But there is like a in Target. There's a designer, Mary Mecco. that what it's called? I'm sorry, I have to look this up. It's just, it literally reminded me of this. I'm like, Mary, is it Mary Moko? Mary Meko. Mary Meko. Yep, Mary Meko. That's what it's called. If you look it up, literally, like, I'm going to go to images and, okay, ready? This is exact. So that looks so alike. I used to want a bedspread that looked like that. So that's called Mary Meko. That's the designer, but those are poppies. Maybe poppies, maybe, I don't know, maybe poppy is significant to you. The flower, the name, I don't know. But anyways, it says on the back, alchemy, may you find your gold. That's what it says. Um, this makes me think of like stay golden. When you think of gold, gold is very, and you saw me shuffle. I didn't pick out these cards myself. I just want to say it. Disclaimer. Um, when you think of something golden, it shines, right? It's bright, it's shiny. Gold itself is very like, I don't know much about it. I just know that like, not to say like, I know rappers sometimes they get gold teeth. They wear like chains and stuff that like have gold and whatnot or silver. So I know that's like, I think when you wear that, it's a sign like you've made up the ranks, like you've upped in rank and like you have a certain level of like social status, right? Um, but it says alchemy, and it says what this also makes me think of is I don't know why they put, I guess because crops and barley, like it's a golden color. Um, I'm just thinking, I'm sorry, like I need to put the pieces together. Um, Alchemy. If you're an alchemist, let's look up the definition of alchemy. Let's just look it up because why not? I don't. I'm someone. So I'm very fact based, especially like when I worked in healthcare. There's evidence based practice. I don't like to just be like woo. Let me just say whatever for fun. Um, Alchemy. Let's no. I want to put alchemist definition. Alchemist, a person who practice alchemy, a person who transforms or creates something through a seemingly magical process. The example says, some highly imaginative tax shelters dreamed up by the accounting alchemists. And then alchemy itself, the definition says, a seemingly magical process of transformation, creation, or combination. Find the example, finding the person who's right for you requires a very subtle alchemy. A seemingly magical process of transformation, creation, or combination. And then it mentions elixirs. It does talk about, funny, gold is mentioned again. The medieval forerunner of chemistry, based on a supposed transformation of matter, it was concerned particularly with attempts to convert base metals into gold. I feel it. So gold is apparently a running theme in this situation. Take what you will with that. It does. Oh, it does say occult sciences such as alchemy and astrology. Oh, okay. I don't like the word witchcraft. I'm sorry. I just don't. And Google, this is I call Google, by the way, Dr. Google. If you don't call it Dr. Google, because Google has a plethora of knowledge and Google knows like everything. So, yeah. So it has some words there. Alchemy, what does alchemy mean in simple terms? Again, oh my God, gold is mentioned again. Base metals like lead, gold, and to find a way to pursue alchemy. Alchemy emerged in the Middle Ages and was practiced in various regions like China, India, Middle East, and Europe. Alchemists sought to transmute base metals into gold, a process now known to be impossible. Discover the Philosopher's Stone, a substance believed. That makes me think of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone when it says Philosopher's Stone. A substance believed to have miraculous properties. The Philosopher's Stone. I don't know what the Sorcerer's Stone. I feel really bad because I didn't read the Harry Potter books. I watched the movies. I love the movies. I went to the Harry Potter world in Orlando. That was awesome. I did feel kind of dizzy though after the ride that I went on. Super cool though. I would love to go back. But that costs money. And I don't have any right now. Which is okay because this is why we're doing this reading, is to transmute the negative energy into positive energy. Right? Alchemists used a combination of experimentation, observation, and symbolic reasoning, often blending scientific practices with magical or spiritual beliefs. Legacy. While alchemy's specific aims proved unattainable, its experiments with substances and chemical reactions laid some groundwork for the development of chemistry. So apparently there's a correlation between alchemy and chemistry. But the main thing is the technical thing is a medieval chemical science and speculative philosophy aiming to achieve the transmutation of the base metals into gold. So may you find your gold. So maybe whatever, maybe that means like maybe not literal gold, but like whatever is golden to you, whatever, maybe something, what I'm getting is like maybe something that's a hobby, something that you find joy in, maybe could be something of meaning and purpose and lucrative. Like if you have a certain talent, turn it into gold, but not like literal gold, but like, unless maybe you actually have gold. I don't know. I don't know anything about gold. I do have, my Nana gave me a bracelet from it says pesos on it. So she has Spanish heritage, like from Spain. And uh yeah, but it says pesos. The pesos, isn't that like Mexican? What's the currency? I'm so curious. I need to look this up. I'm sorry. I'm on a thought tangent and I'm like, what is the currency for Spain? The year, bro. I should have known that. I feel so dumb right now. It's the euro. I feel so dumb. Anyways, it said pesos on it. So, but maybe this means like something that is golden to you. Maybe also means transmute something negative into positive. So maybe become an alchemist. Take your situation and you transform it from something negative to positive, right? And then it kind of coincides with this one. It says glow. May you be enchanted. I think if you think about it, what I'm getting is like golden glow, golden globes. I don't know. That's not. I don't know. I'm just saying. Um, maybe once you find your purpose, that which is that feels golden to you, then you'll glow, right? Because when I will say that if you look at certain people, when they love what they do, it radiates out from them. Literally, like when you watch motivational speakers, when I used to watch Oprah's Super Soul Sunday, and like you could just tell, like one of my favorite interviews was when she interviewed Maya Angelou, and Angelou, excuse me, I'm sorry, Maya Angelou. I always say, like, if there's spirits like floating around, I'm like, I don't want to be rude, and be like, sorry, Maya Angelou, right? Um, it's like you could just tell they like oozed, like radiated, just this, goodness and stuff, and they were really into self development and you know trying to achieve like optimal enlightenment and self actualization and well being. So alchemy, glow. Take what you will from that. I get the vibes, the golden glow of, right, um, and find what is golden to you, like what makes you glow, whatever that is. Maybe you're like a heavy metal, death metal artist. I don't know. Maybe you play in a punk rock band or something. I don't know. And you write music. Maybe you're a musician. Maybe. Okay, let's really take it back. Maybe you're like a lawyer, and you're like super like because lawyers, I feel like most of the time, like when I worked at Paracones, you would rarely find a lawyer who was like more chill and laid back. Sometimes you would, but a lot of the ones that came in, they had like their button down shirt, they had like their tie. They were very like, even the female ones, it was very like, hello, hello, yes, yes. There was no like, and then I'd be like, hi, welcome to Paracones, my name is Ashley, I'll take care of you, blah 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 blah. And they're like, and I'd have my pink headband on with the polka dots, and they're probably like, this girl, she's so childish. But my point is that like maybe you're a lawyer and you're like there's, maybe you have a passion, maybe you're like into trapeze, you're a trapeze artist, maybe you're into like gymnastics, I don't know, something very avant-garde that would be kind of not aligned with your profession. Maybe that's the universe's way of saying pursue that because you'll be happier. And it's funny because I've been on Indeed looking for jobs, and there's been a lot of law offices that need like, but it says paralegal, and I'm not a paralegal, but they want like inside sales reps to like call out, I guess, to clients or something to have them follow up. which makes sense, right? Because it is a business at the end of the day. Um, but there was a point there. I swear, there was a point I was going to get to. There was a point and I forgot it. I was going to mention it and I can't remember what. There was something and I forgot. I'm so sorry. But my point is that well, my dog has like a thing on her ear. Um, my point with that is do there's like a, isn't there a campaign slogan that says do what moves you? Is that Nike? Do what brings you joy and happiness, because then you'll glow. And maybe in terms, oh, that's what I was gonna say. Okay, I got it. The correlation. Maybe you're. I'm getting. I feel like there's a law firm. I don't know why this is coming to me. There's a law firm that's not doing well. I don't know why. Their business is suffering, and they're someone. I don't know again who these people are. This is just I'm getting these vibes, and they need more leads, or they need lead generation, or they're not doing well, I guess. I don't know who these people are. So yeah. Um, but maybe in order to glow and to be alchemists, maybe they need to take a different approach. Hey, if you're a lawyer and you're watching this, I don't know, glow, like do, and be creative too. Think outside the box. There's different ways you can attract people to businesses and stuff. It's not always like you have to be like, hi, we're this and this. We do this. This is our service. There's the guy, I remember there's so many slogans and jingles. 800, no, that's not it. 800 588. No, that's not it. There's another one. So there's in Florida a guy named Alex Hanna. He's like a personal injury attorney. His name was everywhere. Then there was another slogan on another radio station. So maybe, hey, if you're a law firm and you're not doing well, get creative. You know, transmute the negative to the positive, and then you'll glow. I was just using a law firm because that's like literally what just came to my mind. Or maybe attract people by showing your true authentic selves. Maybe you're a guitar player. Maybe you were a lawyer and you like to play guitar on the side. Maybe have a video of yourself. Say, hey, come see me play at whatever so and so pub or whatever, and be like, hey, I practice law. Here's my business cards. There's so many ways you can do things. Maybe, I don't know. That's a specific message for somebody. A guitar playing lawyer person. Don't know who that is. But okay, we're moving forward. This says savings, exercise to increase your energy and manifestation abilities, declutter, and I will read it. This says savings. As you consistently save for your future is saved. You do your future self a big favor as you consistently set aside present funds. This is a part of your self-care and path to feeling secure as you focus upon your life purpose. I think it's pretty straightforward. Save money. If I hopefully do get a job within the coming weeks or so, hopefully, I am gonna have to unfortunately pull from a paycheck like $5 and put it in a savings thing, because I will say I went through a pretty harrowing experience, which I've shared kind of on my vlogs and stuff about stalking and hacking and whatever, blah 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 blah. And I tell myself, if I had not had savings, I would have been screwed. I would have been screwed. I would have been stuck in Philadelphia, oh my God, I have a lease to pay. Because I took some time off. I took personal leave from a job that I was working at a hospital because I was so emotionally and mentally distraught that I was like, I needed to bow out, unfortunately. And it was a really good job too. It was at an amazing hospital. But you know what? Everything happens for a reason. I'm not gonna stress over it. I give it to God, and I'm like, it's like Kendrick Lamar. He says, I blink first. I don't know if he says I blink first or blick first. It's in his song, Whacked Out Murals. I'm sorry if it's not whacked out. I thought you would think it says waste out murals, but he says whacked out. It's on one of the first songs on his GNX album that he just came out with, but he says, I blink first and God's got me. So I look at it like that. I am proactive though. I'm not going to be like, oh, God's got me, so I'm just going to sit back on my butt and do nothing all day. Even though I don't really like doing dishes, I will say that. So I may refrain from doing dishes, but anyways, it says, so yes, let's go. So savings, save money, put money aside,
Also, I'm getting the vibe, don't spend too much, be frugal, um, especially if it's a time right now where you're kind of like, let's say you are someone, maybe you were laid off from your job, maybe you were fired, maybe you left, maybe you resigned, maybe you were kind of booted out, like downsized or whatever. I don't know. And maybe now you're kind of like pinching pennies, like, oh God, because maybe they gave you a certain amount of money. Because like if you work for like a high powered like organization or something like a, you know, like a corporate world, like sometimes I think they do give a severance, but you know, a severance really, that's supposed to last you whatever X amount of months. You kind of have to like still save money. So be frugal. And I say this as like I go sometimes in my bank account and I'm like it's a dagger to the heart, but I'm like I tell myself, I remind myself, I'm like, this is not your fault. You're doing the best you can. You're not a big spender. This is majority is rent, because literally I put a lot of my rent on a credit card because I wasn't getting the income coming in. So I had to literally put it on a credit card, which is crazy when you think of rent. But I'm in a weird situation. Like I'm the furnish finder I'm in is not like a it's not like a regular a furnish finder itself is not a regular rental situation. It's basically like you you do it month to month, right? You do have a you sign a lease, but it's really up to the terms between the owner of the property and yourself. It's not so much like, let's say you're at the behest of like when I lived in Philadelphia, I lived in Riverwalk, and um it was, I think, managed, was it Graystar? I don't remember if it was Graystar what it was, but anyways, so if you break a lease like over there and it's like in a very ta ritzy building or whatever, you're gonna have to pay the remainder of your lease. Here it's a little bit different. You pay like you do a deposit, you may do a security deposit, you may pay a pet fee unless you have an emotional support dog. And if anyone, by the way, if you have an emotional support dog and they charge you and you show them, you're like, I have a letter that shows I have anxiety, PTSD, panic attacks, blah, 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 and I had to be on medication, whatever, and they're like, no, we don't honor that. And you're like, no, that sounds rude. You don't say that. I take it back. I want to be proper. You don't say that. You politely say, well, federal law dictates, like literally federal regulations dictate that they have to honor that. So don't be charged a pet fee. Anyways, back to the reading. Savings is very important. Declutter. It says you'll feel better and more focused if you take the time to clear away clutter from your living and workspace. Donate what you can to help others who may need your items. Be sure to keep your schedule uncluttered as well. Also, you can sell stuff too. There's OfferUp, there's Mercari, Facebook Marketplace. It's just saying, I also feel, okay, so there's like physical decluttering where you can legitimately like remove. So there's two things I'm getting out of this. So declutter your thoughts, declutter your energy, cleanse your energy, remove. This is, I'm a really big proponent of this. I did this recently, actually. I went in my closet and I saw the clothes that I wore very often through a time that was very tumultuous for me and scary. And like one dress in particular, it was yellow. I called it my Belle dress. It was like the Caribbean tropical version of like the Miami version of what Belle would wear for Beauty and the Beast, right? And I loved it because it was yellow and it had these little sleeves. I think I got it at Marshall's or Ross. I can't remember, but I loved it, and it had like this open back thing. Um, it was from the brand Angie. That's the brand Angie. It's like very bohemian brand. And anyways, so I realized it was time to retire that dress because I've worn it enough. And also it carried, I'm very big proponent on if things carry a certain energy, right? Because if like I wore it so many times through certain situations and certain exercise tops as well, um, you know, to me, those things carry your energy on them. And they also carry the energy of what was going on before. So I actually took it upon myself. I said, I'm going to get rid of, I donated the bags. I gave them to my neighbors. I told them you can make quilts out of it, do whatever you want with it. I was going to donate it to, there's a shelter for like, not, I would say at risk youth, but like runaway, like youth. We'll just say it like that. And it's called Spectrum. And I was going to donate, I did donate stuff there before. And, I try not to give stuff that's too worn out or tattered because I don't want to be like, oh, they're runaway youth homeless, so I'm going to give them the shitty stuff with holes. I wouldn't want to receive. If I was like going through a hard time and I had to go to a shelter, I don't want to receive socks with holes in them. I want to give them good stuff, right? So I yeah, I did that and I got rid of a lot of clothes and now I'm trying to start over and start a new chapter in my life and have new clothes. Like said romper, and it's white. And white actually, so I'm very big on color theory too. If you're not big on color theory, check it out. Basically, colors. Here, let's look it up for a second. Maybe this is a message for somebody. I don't know. Let's look up color theory. Color theory is the study of how colors interact and their effects on emotions and perception. It's this idea that the colors are connected, evoke a certain emotion, right? So when you think of yellow, when I think of yellow, I think of sunflowers, I think of sunshine, I think of little baby chickadees, with their like chicken mom. And then uh, I think of, like pink. Pink is a very coquette. I love the color pink. I don't know why. I've always liked pink since I was a little girl. It is a very girly, frilly color. It's a very soft, muted color. So when you think of pink, you think of romance. You think of demure, like you think of Princess Aurora, right? Was her dress pink or blue? I don't know. I think it was pink. I'm talking about Sleeping Beauty, the Disney one. So that one, and I love that color. It's so like happy to me. Green is correlated with health. So in Archangel world, Archangel Raphael is in charge of health and healing. So I try to think of I think of it like that, and also, well, green is associated with money and abundance, right? So like when Bonnie got sick, I bought her on purpose, intentionally, I got her a green collar, and it has daisies on it, and that was literally intentional because I said I'm gonna manifest her feeling better, and lo and behold, she feels better, and that is alchemy. I'm not saying that's like witchcraft or anything. It is positive thinking. Your mind, everyone's mind is so powerful. We are so powerful beyond belief. Like people, we think, oh, you need to like medicine is important. I'm not being like, oh, we don't need surgery because we can just change shit with our minds. I do think that positive thought and intentions can change the whole trajectory of your entire day or your life, right? So that's color theory. It's the effect of certain colors, that what they have in your emotions, your perception, stuff like that. So white is a very white kind of signifies renewal, rebirth, um, purification, right? Purity. I've liked white. I just find it funny that we choose white as the color for when people get married because I'm like, bro, they're not virgins. Like people need to wear like pink or blue or whatever. So anyways, but that's declutter. Maybe get rid of things that no longer serve you, that bring you, and it doesn't have to be clothes. Let me reiterate that. It could be something, let's say, okay, this is a good example for people that were like relationship people. Um, I'm just getting this vibe of like a connection that's broken between two people. I don't know who this is for. Might be specific. Um, let's say a woman and a man, they've decided to separate or break up or something. And let's say both parties are kind of like not happy about it, but they both have things. Let's make it really serious. We're gonna go there because I'm getting these vibes. If I think it and it comes to me, then I'm gonna say it. Um, Also, this is white. I just realized my little dove is white. So let's say like you decide to get a divorce from somebody, whether you're a man or a woman. Decluttering, a good example would be like, let's say you separate from this person, but you keep your wedding ring and, you still hold on to it. That, it might sound silly, but you holding on to that wedding ring is basically like you not letting go, which is funny. It says freedom here. That's one of the cards in the other deck for the general overview. So maybe you not decluttering And again, this is a general career reading, whatever, but it all kind of goes together because we're trying to focus on alchemy, right? And manifesting that which we want. So all this other like ancillary stuff is kind of like the steps that you kind of have to take to get this alchemy type of glow situation going on. Um, so maybe decluttering, like if, like I said, let's say you're in the process of a divorce and you're separated and you're like, you still have the photo album is whatever, but like mostly people have pictures on their phone, but like maybe a step in decluttering is, I recently learned, I didn't know this, so on your phone there's like there's a thing, where is it? Um in your photos that you can like put them in under hidden folder. Maybe instead of having them in your photo library, you put them in a hidden folder. Or maybe you transfer them to your computer and then they're on your computer, they're not on your phone anymore. That's a good example of decluttering. I was trying to actually declutter because, well, that's because my storage was full on my phone. But I was trying to declutter recently. Like I was going through old photos and I was deleting the ones I don't need. There is actually spiritual energy behind that. You're releasing the old to bring in the new, essentially, is what you're doing. Because if you want to be in this state of alchemy, you can't do that if you're tied down to old ways of thinking, old systems, outdated systems and beliefs. Because I do believe as humans, as spiritual beings, we evolve and we grow, and our surrounding environment is a direct reflection of that. And whether like your clothes, the items you choose, like literally, oh, thank you, Bear Bear, for she's literally on her belly right now. She's decided to um, do this whole situation like this. Just don't sit there. Wait, excuse me. Excuse me. I don't want her to sit on the cards. Um, so yeah, maybe look at the environment around you. I'm sorry, I don't want my legs to be shown like that. I want to be proper. And it's funny, as a person, I'm pretty prim and proper, but then when it comes to like dating and sexy stuff, it all goes up. Side tangent, just to say. But anyways, um, yes, declutter. Look at your surrounding immediate space, and maybe that could be a physical decluttering. It could be a relationship decluttering. I've done this. I'm a pro at decluttering and cutting off karmic people in my life. Like legitimately, if I get weird vibes from somebody or someone lies to me, it's over. Like all the giddy happy friendship, yeah, you're so cute. Like if it's dating and I'm like, I have a good connection with somebody, the moment I find out someone lies, it's over. Like all of that is gone. And then I rejuvenate myself and I'm like, okay, that one's gone and I'm going to bring another one. I'm going to manifest that which I seek, right? So I think I'm a pretty good alchemist in that sense. Um, but I do get decluttering vibes heavy. Like maybe it's because this is on this. Okay, here we go. Perfect example, right? Let's say you're a dude or whatever. I'm just going to use a dude. And I'm getting the vibe. I'm going to use the lawyer vibe. I don't know if there's a lawyer watching my channel. I don't know why this is coming up. I'm picturing a guy who's at a bar with his buddies. His sleeves are rolled up. His tie is kind of loose. I don't know. This is not here in Vermont. This is somewhere else. And he's not happy. Maybe like his buddies, like his bosses, or maybe his dad. I don't know. There's another male figure involved. And he's just not happy. And maybe he wants to move on to greener pastures or do something different or have his own firm or something like that. A good example of decluttering would be this individual, whoever this person is, would see his immediate surrounding social circle. And let's say said friend group he's like, he has different belief systems or whatever, and he feels like he needs to do something different. The friend group that says, hey, no, you're good where you are, stay where you are, they're not encouraging him. They'll basically speak like they won't champion what his wants are and his dreams are, ambitions. That's, to me, that's grounds for, I would say that I'd be like, okay, you're not going to support me, you're not going to encourage me, I don't want to be around you, I don't want to work for you. And it's easier said than done to be like, hey, deuces, I'm out, I'm quitting a job. I wish I would have known this before. Never quit a job unless you have another job ready and lined up for you. Word to the wise. Unless you have savings. If you have savings and you can take that risk, do it, but it's very risky. Um, but yeah, declutter, cut off relationships, people, places, things that no longer serve you. Look at your surrounding environment, um, and maybe there's things that maybe physically are holding you or tying you down to outdated belief systems and stuff. And you know that all does play a part in your career, because when you think about it, when you surround yourself with things that aren't positive and uplifting, your mood goes down, right? If you're talking about vibration work and stuff like that, and if you are surrounded by things that don't make you happy, your mood is going to compensate for that. So you're going to be miserable. You're not going to want to work. You're going to be depressed. You're going to be angry. You're going to be bitter. You're basically going to be looking at the clock like, oh, okay, it's 3 o'clock. Oh my God, 2 more hours till 5 o'clock. Or if let's say you finish at 6 and you're like, oh, fuck, 3 o'clock. You're like, damn it, I have 3 more hours of this shit. You're going to be miserable. So maybe to add some pep in your stuff and to, be excited about life and whatnot, maybe look at your immediate circumstances, declutter, clear out what no longer serves you, person, place, or thing, and then watch how your mood changes. So that's what I get with declutter. Next one, exercise to increase your energy and manifestation abilities. Pretty self explanatory. The key to manifesting quickly is to have a very, very high energy levels, and I would say vibration as well. And the easiest way to increase them is through physical exercise. Choose a fun and meaningful activity so that you'll look forward to exercising and it becomes your own reward. Well, it's true. You can't manifest anything if you're feeling down in the dumps. You have to be. I will say exercise is a good activity because it increases dopamine and serotonin in the brain, right? The happy hormones. And you're not neurotic. You're not thinking about what's going to happen in the future, the past. You're in the moment. That's why exercise is really good. Unless you're at the gym and you're like, yeah, and you're pressing and you're thinking about your like ex-girlfriend or something and you're like no. That's a really sad like that's not a good example, I'm sorry. um or like like I would say a really good activity, and to be honest, I don't know if you don't dance, and you don't have to dance like salsa or bachata, maybe you go line dancing. Line dancing is a thing. Maybe you do stepping, whatever, I don't know. Maybe you do country swing dancing or West Coast swing. um I don't know, stuff like that. The dancing is really good to get you grounded and out of your like ego head and into like your just it gets you in your body. Yoga is really good with that too, because the flow, pairing the flow of the movement with your breath is like it's amazing. I should really get back into doing yoga again. I've been so focused on like other things that I'm not going to get into that I haven't really like, yeah. So that's that. I think it's pretty straightforward. On the back of the deck, I will say, it says positivity, faith, and optimism. Oh, and then underneath that it says raise or promotion. Congratulations. An increase in your abundance flow awaits you. This is a result of your positive focus and willingness to take action based, I would say, efforts on your divine guidance. Keep up the good work. That's what's kind of underneath. And then this one says positivity, faith, and optimism. You open the doorway to positive experiences and opportunities with your positive expectations and energy. Do not allow negative energy or temporary setbacks to interfere with the path that you are on. Keep the faith and keep going. And you see there's like a lion and there's like an angel with like a little lion cub on her dress. When I think of lions, I think of Leo, like the zodiac sign. I think of like bravery, courage, Gryffindor, if you're a Harry Potter fan. Um, Oh, this one's upside down. Clean energy food. Release resentments about money. Block out distractions. He says, yes, the money system of the world can seem upsetting, but holding resentments, this is for me, I think especially, holding resentments about finances just pushes your abundance away. Instead, see money as a tool you can use to better the world, and this shift will help you attract support and golden opportunities. The word gold is very prevalent in this reading. Gold, golden, alchemy, glow. Maybe you have gold. Maybe wear gold. I don't know. Maybe wear like golden earrings or like a golden necklace to get the vibes of abundance going. Who knows? I'm more of into I like more sterling silver. Mind you though, I'm wearing like a This is not real gold. This is like this is I don't know what kind of gold it's called. I don't know, but anyways, you get the idea. So have faith, be optimistic. Now this is weird. So in the Angel Therapy Oracle card deck, there are these 4 cards that came out that I'm kind of like not. I don't know. I'm maybe it's specific for somebody that maybe watches this because this is a really like new channel, but maybe this is like specific for somebody. The other ones that came out, I do feel like are more aligned to a career thing, but maybe I don't know. Maybe like it says Ascended Masters. I don't know if there's a book that goes along with this. Is there a book? No, there's no. It says Ascended Masters. This is Ascended Masters. So if you're not into spiritual stuff, Ascended Masters are basically those individuals, kind of like when you think like in Catholic religion when a saint is venerated, that's an ascended master. Buddha is an ascended master. Jesus would be an ascended master. Um, uh, Yogananda is a Paramhansa Yogananda. He's an ascended master. Things like that. People who have achieved enlightenment and wisdom and led a life of like austerity, basically. Um, and also fellowship and leadership, like stewardship and leadership. So this is what came out. Maybe I'll connect the dots in a second. I don't know. But this is what came out. So it says, powerful, loving, and wise spiritual teachers are watching over and guiding you. And then it says, integrity. Align your actions so that they match your values and inner knowingness of what's right for you. Maybe someone out there, maybe you're struggling with integrity. I know I'm not. Like I'm like literally I'm like the spokesperson, like, you know, like the modern day I'm a saint, but like, I definitely like this is my thing. Like if there was a dictionary, like the modern slang dictionary, like Urban Dictionary, and they put integrity, my name should be right there because I am like I embody this. Like literally I know my words and actions align. I can be kind of wishy-washy sometimes, but I mean what I say and I say what I mean. So maybe I'm going to try to connect this to a reading, like a career thing. Maybe you're in the workplace and you see like unethical, shady shit going on and you're scared to like speak up about it. Boom. Don't be, because Jesus, I don't know, someone's watching over you. Maybe a passed on loved one. I'm getting these vibes. Like the back of the hand has like these like little like magical snowflake flurry things coming out. So maybe I feel like this is, and it's kind of going here. Like maybe you're somebody that's afraid to speak up about something that you see that's going on, and you know, like you're just scared to have integrity, right? Because maybe you're someone that does the right thing and you are ethical, but like you notice shady shit, and that could happen anywhere. Like literally, it could happen in a hospital. It could happen at a restaurant. It could happen at a clinic, like a dentist's office. It could happen anywhere. Like if your coworker is taking longer for break, and then your coworker's like, "Oh, cover me if the boss says whatever. I'm on the phone with my boyfriend, or I'm talking to my landlord, and like whatever." That's not your responsibility. Don't ever do that. Don't cover for the employee. I don't care if they're your best friend. You say no. You have to say that, because what's going to happen is that you're going to get in trouble. So, but it could be something very menial and like that, or it could be something larger where, God forbid, you see someone stealing money, or someone's stolen money or something, and like you know it, but you're scared to speak up about it because you don't want to get scrutinized or fired or targeted or whatever. So just know that if you do the right thing, regardless, you have people watching over you. This is like a whole legit crew. Like these are like the badass, like spiritual, like Jedi guru people, basically. So if you want to be a spiritual badass Jedi, whatever, then maybe you need to like step up to the plate and do the right thing. Um, After that, what comes is, I don't know why in God's name this card came out. I have a love-hate relationship with twin flame stuff, because I used to be super into the whole twin flame thing. Like, oh my God, I need to like, I actually thought way back when I was in Miami, I thought I met someone that was like my person. Because the whole twin flame thing, when you think about it, it's kind of like a narcissistic relationship, because there's like this dynamic of, apparently there's like a runner and a chaser, and it's like a push pull. You often very much like one person has more spiritual wisdom than the other, and the other one has to like catch up to that, and then basically you come from like, the idea is like almost opposites attract. You learn lessons. Sometimes there's karmic twin flames, sometimes there's blessing twin flames, like soulmate twin flame people. um I'm trying to connect the dots between why these came out, because they did, and I want to take them. At first I didn't want to, but um maybe I'm getting the vibes that, so maybe there's someone out there who, you're a divine masculine or divine feminine. I'm getting more divine masculine, to be honest. I mean, they look like lovers in the picture. The bottom says the answer to your question involves a spiritually based romantic relationship, and it's a career reading, so I'm just kind of like confused. Maybe you're supposed to collaborate with the person or work together with them, but you hold different belief systems or values. I don't know. Or maybe your person who's your twin flame is not like they're made. I'm getting this thing of like this individual, somebody who lacks integrity. Like they have integrity, like deep down they're like an honest person, but this is someone's counterpart, like their person or whatever, and they're not like stepping up to the plate. They're being called to have integrity, but they're not. And like the universe is like, I have a feeling there's someone out there, like the universe is nudging this person to do the right thing, but they're not doing it. Or maybe, okay, so this is a work reading, right? So maybe someone's divine counterpart in their workplace, they're noticing things that are going on that are being overlooked, that are, I don't say against the law, but like, it's hot though in here. Like, just someone's counterpart, divine masculine or divine, like, feminine, needs, the universe is giving them signs and signals to, like, have integrity. Maybe in the workplace they're noticing that that's not happening. Usually if you cough, that's a sign that someone's trying to block your message from coming out. Black magic is a thing, people. Spiritual warfare is a thing. I just literally had to clear my throat. Well, that could mean maybe someone's trying to prohibit someone from speaking up. Maybe you're afraid to speak up. If you maybe you're the divine masculine or whatever, and you're watching this. I don't really think a lot of men would be watching this, but who knows? That someone's divine counterpart is being guided by the universe and legit ascended masters, or maybe they themselves are ascending and evolving and changing. Take what you will from that. And then it says emotional sensitivity, honor and respect your deep. Maybe, oh, you know what? Okay, hold on. Someone is emotionally attuned to shit. This is like an awakening person, an awakening twin flame person. And they want to speak up about integrity, but like they have integrity, but like they're afraid to like do the right thing because maybe like fear of bullying, rejection, something like that. But whoever you are, apparently you have these, I was gonna say these fuckers. You have these people watching over you. And also too, it says honor and respect. So if you're someone like me, and let's say you're like a whatever, you're obviously, whoever you are, listen to this, you have a divine counterpart. And you are either coming into your gifts, or God is trying to like wake you up, and you're feeling like emotional sensitivity and stuff. I would say this is giving me like rest vibes. Like, don't overwork yourself, and like, but listen to your heart, kind of thing. I don't know, that's for somebody. And then on the flippity flop side, um I forgot what movie they say, see you on the flippity flop. I don't know. Anyways, so I don't really, I know in Norse mythology fairies are a big thing. Like in Norway, fairies literally are like, they have little fairy gardens and stuff. There's actually, oh, there's a shout out to, I forgot what it's called. There's a place in Virgins in Vermont. They have like a little fairy garden. It's so cute. It's too far for me, but it's like one of the first places that I got ice cream at here. But they have a fairy garden. But anyways, it says you have a strong bond with the fairies, and your life purpose involves helping Mother Nature. How that goes into a career reading, I'm not sure. We will figure it out, but maybe you need to be more in nature to connect with the earth, and the more connected you are to the earth and nature, the faster you'll manifest abundance or something. I will say being around nature and stuff is like really cathartic. You are profoundly clairvoyant. Trust what you see in your mind's eye as well as with your physical sight, for your spiritual vision helps you with healing, teaching, and guidance. Boom. Pretty straightforward. Listen to your gut. Listen to your intuition. I think we're all psychic. That's my opinion. It's just you need to know how to fine tune and hone in on skill. Visualize success. See yourself doing well in the situation. Have faith in a positive outcome. Same thing with alchemy. Goes with alchemy. Right? You want to focus. You focus on what you want, not what you don't want. When you focus on lack, you attract lack back. I'm gonna say it. When you focus on lack, you attract lack back. So you want to focus on what you do want, not what you don't want. Poo-poo all the bad stuff. Not to say you ignore the bad stuff, right? You don't want to be like, oh, everything is so beautiful and hunky-dory and butterflies and roses and everything. No, that's not what it is. It's choosing, like I did another video about finding calm within the chaos and staying peaceful within a storm. It's choosing, like you're in the storm, you're around the chaos, but you're choosing to stay grounded. You're not going to let it like overwhelm you. That's the kind of thing. And it doesn't, and it shouldn't always be, oh, when things are going your way, you're happy. It's no, you need to put in the work and say, this is what I want to achieve, and you visualize it. There is, oh, you know who was it? It was in a documentary, in the basketball documentary. I think it was the one that the Obamas produced, called the Starting Five. There was a player who, I don't know if it was in football or was in football or basketball. There is a player. He's in, what team is it? The Sacramento Kings? Was it him? Jonas? Jonas? I don't know. I don't know. Forgive me, I don't know his name. But one of the players, unless it's LeBron, was it LeBron James? Someone does this meditative practice before every game where they visualize. I think it's LeBron James. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But he basically, like, I remember someone said that they visualize what they want. They visualize winning the game before actually playing the game. Again, can't remember if it's a football player or a basketball player, but there's some athlete, a high profile athlete, that basically they they focus on the success. They focus on winning. And little side tidbit, when the Philadelphia Eagles were playing the Super Bowl, I was like, no, they're gonna win. I literally was like, no, they're going into this time. They're ready. They're gonna win, and they won. I was like, no, God. I was like, not this time. I was like, and then they won. I was like, holy shit, because the Kansas City Chiefs are a good team, right? You have the Kelsey guy, Travis Kelsey, on there, and like other people. I think Patrick Mahomes, right? He's on there. So no offense to those people, they're probably really great players, but like I legit, like, I was like, no, the Eagles are gonna win this one, and boom, they won, bitch. Sorry if you're like a Kansas City Chiefs fan, but I did live in Philly for like a little bit, and I was there when they did. It was literally the Chiefs against the Eagles my first year when I was there, and they lost, and the Chiefs won. And I was like, it was like the first Super Bowl I really paid attention to. So low key, like truthfully, I would watch football because of the halftime games, and and I would root for the team that was like the underdog, or like because their helmet logos, because I didn't really know too much about football. I like more basketball, tennis, golf. Yeah. So the last one, it says crown chakra. Pay attention to your ideas as they are messages of true divine guidance sent in to answer your prayers. So this is like listening to higher wisdom and higher knowledge. Your crown chakra is like the topmost chakra. That is you have your base chakra, which is the root, and the top one is like your head, your thinking. So apparently it says, pay attention to your ideas as they are messages of true divine guidance sent in to answer your prayers. Is that it? I think so. I might want to redo these. I think I'm going to redo these. These were kind of funky. There was one that seemed viable, but I want to redo them because I feel like some of them were like they didn't correlate. Like I didn't feel, even though elementals came out and did say fairies. Maybe you're someone, I don't know, maybe you're someone that needs to get out in nature, and that's how you'll increase your productivity. Maybe you need to sit outside. You don't have to take that one. Maybe you're someone, I don't know. Maybe this is not the right deck for this. I don't know. We're going to go with it. I will say this is the first card that came out originally from the Spirit Energy deck. It says Thought Vibrations, Resonant Choices, Signature Signals. This gives me very much manifestation vibes, like what you think in your brain, in your immediate, like, see how there's like a satellite over here and like it's like orbiting the brain or whatever. Kind of reminds me of like interconnectedness. Think positive thoughts. That's kind of like the vibe of it. Think positive thoughts when it comes to your career. I know it might not seem like that. Like, let me tell you, I am like a testament to this because like I have gotten so many. If I can tell you how many emails that I get rejection things on a daily basis, it's like I literally know it. Like when I get an email and I'm like, and it's like blah 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 health whatever, and I'm literally like, it's like thank you so much for applying, but we've decided to move on with other candidates. We appreciate your whatever, da, da, da. And I'm like whatever. Like I'm just like okay, the right come. Again, my story, Gal Gadot. She had so many no's, and then Jack Snyder basically said like she auditioned for Wonder Woman and she got it, and now she's Wonder Woman. Every other job, they were like, no, 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 no. And now she's Wonder Woman, which is like, so my dog is having little moments. I think she's dreaming. Pretty sure, because like her arms and stuff are like moving. Like basically her body's like twitching a little bit. Or it was. It's not doing it now, but she was twitching. So anyways, I hope that helps somebody. I was going to pull other cards from there, from the other deck, but the overall message is I would say that I think thoughts are very powerful. What you think is very powerful. Declutter your life. If you want to be an alchemist and you want to transmute negativity to positivity and you want to manifest that which you want, the whole gold thing, go for the gold. And once you go for the gold, you'll glow and you'll be in your element. Do that which, do whatever, do that which makes you happy. Also, like I said, create a savings account, exercise, declutter, get rid of things that no longer serve you, that don't bring you joy. Basically, Maria Kondo that shit up. Maria Kondo is like basically, so if you've never seen Maria Kondo, she has this it's this Netflix I'm gonna put my cards away as I do this. I'm multitasking. She basically has a TV show. It's like she's an organizer, but she takes like a spiritual approach to it in the sense of like, or like a health and wellness approach. So she'll go into your home and then she'll sit there and she'll rearrange things, but she'll first start to do decluttering with you, and she'll like be like, okay, does this pillow bring you joy? And if it doesn't, she's like, toss it. And that might seem like a weird concept to you, but it's true. Like if I look at like you want to be surrounded by that which brings you joy, right? From your clothes, from your bedding to the furniture, that all, just to give you a little clue, that's all assisting in elevating your vibration. So if you're someone that's new to spirituality, you're like, this is so stupid, and you wear the same shirt over and over again, maybe this is like your wake up call. Like maybe try a different shirt. And if you're like, but I'm broke, go to a thrift store, or like me, apply to jobs. Have an optimistic and opportunistic outlook on life, and be like, I'm going to manifest that which I seek. And if you can't, and if you don't if you don't see anything happening, then create it. But your energy, there's a thing on my iPad. It says it right here. It says your energy introduces you before you even speak. Yes, I do have a shit ton of stickers. Yes, this is Pluto. Yes, that's Olaf. Yes, I realize I'm 33. I don't give a fuck what you think. It brings me joy. So I'm going to put it on my iPad. Not to sound like a bitch, but it's true. but it literally says your energy introduces you before you even speak. So if you've been feeling doom and gloom, humdrum, blah, 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 maybe it's because, yeah, some things, I will say, some things are out of our control. I can't control whether someone likes me or not, or whether someone wants to hurt me or whatever. All I can do is just be myself and keep myself in check and grounded and aware of my emotions and, go from there. Um, Also, this is at the bottom. It says healing heart and freedom, moving on, letting go. This definitely reminds me of like love, like the energy of like giving yourself grace. If you're going through a hard time right now and like, financially or like occupational, stuff like that, focus your intention on what you want to manifest. Like, I know sometimes it seems hard to trust me. Like, literally, if when I tell you I am at bikini bottom and I'm trying to shed light, like make it happy, like I'm at bikini bottom. I'm like, literally, I had everything. I had a lot of money saved, and because of stuff I went through and people who were not so nice, I literally lost almost everything. And you're like, but why do you still get the cute stuff and the clothes? Well, because I think forward. I go, I am going to get a job one day. I will attract the right person into my life. I will be able to afford the things that bring me joy. I will be able to get a bark box again for my dog, right? I'm not a poser. I'm not like, oh, and you know how they say, fake it till you make it? I'm not faking it. Like, what you see is like, I am a very classy woman. I do curse like a sailor, so I apologize. But I do carry myself with a certain level of propriety, and that has nothing to do with your social status or your bank account at all, you know. So you can be a classy person and be in poverty. You can be broke and destitute and still carry yourself and dress appropriately and with class and, so, and propriety. So that's kind of the way I see it. So I'm going to put my cards away. It does say listen to in your intuitive feelings, cancel, clear, delete. A lot of like decluttering energy, I think, with this whole thing. If you want to attract that which you deserve, you have to, align yourself with the intention of what you want, right? You want that job, that high paying job, or the job that's like, instead of entry level, you want a mid level job. You have to act like mid level material. You have to become mid level material. You need to eradicate yourself and remove the things that are holding you back and holding you down, and start to manifest that which resonates with the energy of whatever it is that you're seeking, right? That's like manifestation law of attraction 101. And have positive thoughts, like thought vibrations, right? If you beat the narrative of the same drum over and over and over and over again, that's all you're going to get back. And the same thing could be said for dating, right? I will say though, if you are an empathic person, you will probably attract narcissists. Empaths attract narcissists like moths to a flame. It's part of the deal. I don't know why. You try to get rid of them and then they come back and you're like, ah, damn it. Oh, also I forgot to say resourceful. This was the first part. This was also from the first ones with the alchemy, the gold, find your gold and whatever. And then it says resourceful. May you recover and rise again. So maybe you'd be going through a period of stagnation, adversity, challenges, uncertainty, ambiguity. This is saying, I also get the vibes, be resourceful, be proactive, take the time to rest and recover, but use your resources, like utilize the things, your support system. If we're talking about career, LinkedIn, Indeed, or start something new, start a new project. If you don't see the job that you want, become the job you want, create the job you want. We live in this world where it's pretty amazing with the internet and stuff. Like, you could literally, like whatever you say, like, I will say though, so like I have this idea for a dating app that I really, or not even a date, it's a social app. I'm not going to say what it is because it's literally like, I can sense it, I feel it in my core. This was like $1 million idea. I just need a software developer. I need a software developer or like an app developer or a coder or something. I don't know where to find one, but I need one. But I have this really good idea, and I'm like, man, I could go on Shark Tank and I could just like present it to Mark Cuban and or Barbara Corcoran or Lori or whatever, or Mr. Wonderful, and I guarantee you one of them would be like, you know, um, I think they would align with it because it's such a because it hasn't been created yet, and it like oh I want to see this to fruition so bad, and I'm like, do I go on Craigslist and like do I put an ad out for like I need a software developer? Hey, if any of you are software developers or engineers or like I don't know if it'd be an engineer, but someone who creates apps, and if you want to like go 50-50 and we split the we get like a good investor, bro, like I'm so in it. And if I tell you the idea, we have to, this is my intellectual property, but I'd share it with you, right? Thought vibrations, creating ideas, right? Go with your ideas. I really do. But PSA and shout out to like, if you're an app developer or software developer by chance and you're watching this, I literally have, I think like it'll be like the Bumble for like, I don't want to say which demographic it's for, but bro, it would be huge. So yeah, be a good. I literally told myself, I'm like, where do I go to promote like an ad? But like I can't pay anybody anything. It would just be like